Welcome to our journey into the world of data structures. In this video, we'll explore what data structures are, why they're essential, and how they help us organize and process information efficiently. We'll start by defining basic terminology, such as data, data items, and entities, and then move on to see how these concepts build up to more complex structures. By the end, you'll have a solid foundation for understanding how data is managed in computer systems and why choosing the right structure is crucial for solving different problems. Let's dive in and set the stage for a deeper exploration of data organization and algorithms. Understand data structures, we must first grasp some basic terminology. Data refers to values or sets of values, while a data item is a single unit of value. These items can be grouped into fields, records, and files, forming a hierarchy. For example, an employee's record might include fields like name, age, and social security number. The way these fields are organized reflects relationships between attributes and entities. A primary key is a unique field that identifies each record, such as a serial number in an inventory file. Understanding these building blocks is essential before moving on to more complex structures. A simple organization into fields, records, and files works for many cases. Sometimes we need more complex structures to efficiently manage and process data. This leads us to the study of data structures, which involve three steps: logically describing the structure, implementing it on a computer, and analyzing its memory and processing requirements. The choice of structure often depends on whether data is stored in main memory or secondary storage. In this series, we'll focus on main memory structures, where access time is uniform regardless of the data's location. Arrays are the most basic type of data structure. A linear or one-dimensional array is simply a list of similar data elements, each referenced by unique index or subscript. For example, an array called student might store the names of 6 students, with student 1 representing the first student. Arrays can also be two-dimensional, like a table of sales data for multiple stores and departments. The notation used, parentheses, brackets, or subscripts, depends on context, but the concept remains the same. Arrays are efficient for accessing elements directly but can be less flexible for insertions and deletions. Linked lists offer a more flexible way to organize data, especially when frequent insertions and deletions are needed. Instead of storing data in contiguous memory locations like arrays, linked lists use pointers to connect elements. For example, a customer file might use pointers to link each customer to their salesperson. This approach saves space and allows for dynamic changes, but searching for specific elements can be slower compared to arrays. Linked lists are foundational for many advanced data structures and are especially useful when the size of the data set changes frequently. Trees are data structures that represent hierarchical relationships. Each tree has a root and branches out into nodes, much like an organizational chart or a family tree. Trees are ideal for representing data with nested or grouped items, such as an employee record with subfields for name and address. They also model the order of operations in algebraic expressions, showing which calculations must be performed first. Trees are widely used in databases, file systems, and algorithms that require hierarchical organization. Beyond arrays and lists, other important data structures include stacks, queues, and graphs. A stack is a last-in, first-out LIFO structure, like a stack of plates add and remove from the top. A queue is first-in, first-out FIFO, like people waiting in line. Graphs represent relationships between pairs of elements, such as cities connected by airline routes. Each of these structures serves specific purposes in computing, from managing program execution to modeling networks and workflows. Data structures are powerful because of the operations we can perform on them. The most common operations include traversing, visiting each record, searching, finding a record with a specific key, inserting, adding new records, and deleting, removing records. Sorting and merging are also important for organizing and combining data. The efficiency of these operations often determines which data structure is best for a particular task. For example, arrays are great for fast access, while linked lists excel at insertions and deletions. Algorithms are step-by-step procedures for solving problems using data structures. Their efficiency is measured by complexity, which considers both time and space requirements. Sometimes we face a time-space trade-off. Using more memory can speed up processing or vice versa. For example, binary search is fast but requires sorted arrays, while linear search works on unsorted data but is slower. Choosing the right combination of algorithm and data structure is key to building efficient software. Hashing, for instance, is a clever way to balance speed and space for searching large datasets. Wrap up, we've covered the basics of data structures, from simple arrays to complex trees and graphs. We've seen how data is organized, the operations we can perform, and the importance of algorithms and efficiency. These concepts are not just theoretical, they power everything from databases and search engines to airline booking systems and social networks. Understanding data structures is fundamental for anyone in computer science or software development. Stay tuned for deeper dives into each structure and practical coding examples in upcoming videos.